Why hello there. It is I, KTM 343 Gaming, and this is the Imperial broadcast for the Empire of Aeternia. Today, we will be talking about why I believe Emperor AP is a technocratic monarchist. Now, for the majority of the people in the micronationalist community and just in any community in general, everyone kind of knows what a monarch is. He's the king. He usually has constitutional authority or absolute authority. So won't dive into that far. But many people don't know what a technocracy is. And a technocracy, to simply put it, I'm going to make it simple for everyone. Instead of having politicians lead your nation, you have people that are experts in in economic fields, social fields, military fields, religious fields, basically every field of life that a nation needs to have to run, you'd be electing them into office instead of a politician. Now, the reasoning is that technocrats justify this by talking about how politicians are usually turn bureaucratic. They may vote against legislature that they know will help the country, but goes against their politics and everything they politically stand for. So if you replace the politicians with experts, you will be able to pass a lot of legislation. Or more like the government will be able to pass more legislation a lot quicker because they don't get bogged down in politics. They just look at a graph and be like, if we introduce this economic plan, the economy is going to be a lot stronger and grow a lot faster by blah, 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 blah percent. Now, how does this apply to the Empire of Aeternia? Well, ladies and gents, Emperor AP is a very smart man. He's well educated in economics, and he's taking advanced courses in college, like some advanced math course. I forgot what it's called, but it's like how like a beam of light interacts with an object and stuff like that. And a lot more other classes. I don't know. I'm not involved with his personal day-to-day life. So, but either way, he's an expert, basically. Like, he amazes me with all of what he knows about economics and stuff. Like, I personally know a thing or two about economic plans and stuff, but when you compare me to him, I might as well call myself a newcomer, because AP is an expert. Now, how do you apply a monarchist government with a technocracy? Well, here's the thing, my friend. You keep the technocratic form of government, which are very different forms. There's authoritarian forms. There's democratic versions of technocracy. So it can be either which way, but here's the thing, though. The emperor, king, whatever you wish to call him, Emperor AP, will stay head of state for life and will run the government. And there's two different ways that he can implement this. One, he can appoint experts. I see him, if he ever goes, full technocratic monarchist, aka technocracy with monarchist characteristics. I see him doing that because that's a role of the king. You appoint people you trust. You appoint people that you know is knowledgeable. The other route is hosting elections, but that's more on the democracy side, and Emperor AP has voiced several times how he doesn't really like democracy, or at least the United States version of democracy, which is a constitutional democratic republic. So it's a democratic and republic system with a constitution. That's also another video for another time. So is AP actually a technocrat? If the Empire of Aeternia finds unclaimed land in the world that meets the Emperor's requirements and claims that land, moves there, settles it with his citizens, and gets recognized as a real country, then yes, I do see him becoming a technocratic monarchist, because he seems to run his nation off of a lot of, no, I wouldn't say like an expert in the fields that he's in, but at the same time, like he kind of does, because right now he's a sole government. But if he's actually going to run a nation, he's going to have to appoint people, and I see him appointing experts that are in the nation that meets his standards, to ensure that the nation moves forwards and doesn't get bogged down in petty politics like most new nations are traditionally hindered by. You can look at South Sudan. They win their independence, and then they get bogged down in tribal politics, and then they're in the civil war. Oh boy. So he avoids, if he does take this route, which I believe he will. That's the whole point why I'm making this video. I do honestly think he is a technocratic monarchist, or at least will become one day. Because like, he avoids corruption, he avoids petty politics and political games. So his government will actually get the things needed to get done when they need to get done. And it will most likely, the empire will most likely have a high living standard and high wages as a result of that, whether he goes, depending on which side of the political spectrum he goes economically, because like I said, there's an authoritarian version of technocracy, and there's a democratic hybrid of technocracy. And then there's technocracy with monarchist characteristics. So there you have it, folks. That's why I believe Emperor AP is a technocratic monarchist, aka a technocrat with monarchist characteristics. So please like and subscribe to his channel, especially if you have never watched it before. I recommend you watch his previous videos and live streams, as well as his economic series he has about micronational economies and just economies in general. If you watch those, you'll probably see why I believe he is a technocratic monarchist. So, see you guys in the next Imperial broadcast, whenever that may be. Have a nice day here in the Empire.